Thunderchild. You guys ready to go?
Affirm. Thunderchild's ready to roll.
Okay. Do you want to take point, Thunderchild, or do you want BTR to take point?
Depends on... Actually, Command, did we get extra tracks on this thing? Yeah. Thank you. Where do we go? Depends on if you want us to get...
Although we would have to,
get a line or...
although we would have to, get permission from, like, the Armed Forces Directorate and security, so much security.
Alright, BTR will take point. I don't feel like reimbursing you for the loss of Thunderchild.
You know what? They could also yeah.
So Pepper. I don't know if you saw it, the American CDC just put out shit that if you're fully vaxxed, they basically relaxed all the masks. If you've got both doses of your vaccines. You can tell like how often that's happened.
Does someone have their hearing thing? Their
Yep. You look happy as a turtle in mud there, Thunderchild. Campbell. Campbell. SOG Prairie Fire's running under the same rules as the last CDLC, so we're not going to be able to use it because it's 27 gigs that will top off our mod set. I'm evaluating that mod for potential addition. I've just got to work out some bugs with it. Not with the one that I'm thinking of, you know. So quite a bit of it is in-game. Some of the effects are scripted. What do you have, Shiflet?
Yeah.
What is it, Shiflet? Oh, yeah. I have Chips Ahoy next to me. Pepper's just like, we all had to learn how to make shit without shit.
Where's the dog?
What's up, Campbell? In theory, yes.
Looks like there may be cheers.
The tank is considerably more expensive than we are, so... You know...
You don't, Campbell. Those things run 6 digits per unit in our shit. They were last time. Well, Woods, do you not remember during that mission where you yeeted your second gunship? Where those were Tarzanian defectors. Oh no, there's nothing you could have done. I don't say it's your fault. I said I'm blaming you. The difference is it's not actually your fault. I'm just blaming you for it. God, I hate driving this thing. Oh, Lord. Miller.
Thunderchild to Mercy. Return message.
Never mind, I thought it was...
Find out.
Spectrum device! But yeah, Woods, with the deal with that Spectrum device is some of it is hard-coded, but some of it isn't. And I'm trying to figure out what isn't hard-coded that we can use. If stuff like IED jammers aren't that way, work that way, then we're gonna need to start upcharging for actual IED jammers. Because even if it does still work, it's a ticking time bomb. Ooh, yeah, actually, that would be nice. Thunderchild, are you doing what's known as fishing with bait? Pokey, you better be thankful I'm recording this whole conversation. Oh shit, bye Nexius! Alright, be advised, counterfeit. We're gonna hold at the south side of that bridge that you're parking on, until you're in position, so that way we've got some form of cover if it goes pear-shaped. Go ahead.
I'm sorry that your ass is not fat enough. Real man brings his own cookies. shift as it will be Mossad is outside my house. Yeah. And that is why we haven't salted down the river already. No, what? Okay.
Wait a minute. Woods, we're just holding here until counterfeit's in position.
I know, I'm just getting a better look.
Hey, look, I can turn out now. Badass.
Command, we're gonna have to push up further, trees are in the way.
Copy, give a shout once we're in position. Once you're in position.
Campbell gets his squawk in, dude.
It will not be safe for us to move up without infantry support. We will advance when we advance.
All right, Woods. I'm gonna need to make a note on today's op footage to make some soundbite clips. All right, Thunderchild. After some sexual harassment from Campbell, which somehow managed to violate the policy we don't have, we're slowly advancing.
Tell us when you want us to engage.
Do you have any visuals on zones 1 or 2?
Negative. It's too obscured by trees.
What's that Hulk there, Woods?
We only have visual on the exterior of the compound.
Something's going out, Len.
Alright.
Try not to worry about it. Just give it a little bit of a buff.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Woods. Look off to the right. You got PTSD? From when all of your friends died around you?
Command, we have no good visual. We'll move up when you move up.
Alright, Woods. I've given you some good cover to advance on the zones. Yep. Alright, Thunderchild, be advised, I've dismounted cargo at marker Saber CP. They're moving to secure Zone 2. Judgment, this is Saber. Can I get CP1 on marker Saber CP?
Can do.
So Pepper.
Saber, this is Mercy. Green?
Hang on. Go ahead.
Permission to engage. Enemy contact.
Engage on your mark, Mercy. But Pepper, one of the ideas I'm experimenting with now actually is a more flexible team construct.
Let's hear it.
So Mercy, this goes for Mercy and Thunderchild. Just notify when you're crossing one of the marked phase lines.
Counterfeit's dancing around the border. We're trying to stay mobile.
But essentially allowing us to have a more flexible team structure. I do need to talk to Counterfeit though, because I need to figure out if they want to keep pushing armored vehicles. So essentially, I'll have one team that's set up to be larger. So I want to have a 6-man, a 4-man, and an armored.
Alright.
Command team can temporarily fill that armored, not armored, the 4-man. If Counterfeit wants to field that one, then I'll make Mando be the 6-man section. That way we've got one team that's essentially, you know, a heavy assault team. We've got our light team, and then we've got our armored. Ideally, I would love to have the armored be 4 people. That way we can operate 2 armored vehicles. But
tanks pushing up Bacardi, we should probably also use screen for them.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh shit. Are those friendlies or enemies? No, those are friendlies. Oh lord. I thought our guys were about to. They were about 1 o'clock off the bow. Zone 2 clear.
Negative. We're still clearing it out. It's just these triangles left though.
Then again, I can also have command team fill that role of armored as well. Because I don't want to have one team stuck as armored all the time. Because look at what it did to green team. So yeah. Thunderchild, was that you that took the disposable fire, or was that friendly outbound?
We did not pursue fire. If we did, it was ineffectual. Mercy, none of my men use disposable ammo.
Copy. Thunderchild, keep your distance from Zone 1. That's where the disposable fire came from. Hey Pepper, you see that building with the Dishka on it? Throw some rounds into that, please. Hold fire. That was not Thunderchild, that was Saber, but yeah, we ceased fire. Clear, go ahead, clear. Although, Pepper.
Yeah.
Depending on what goes down on Sunday, you down to do some recruiting with me?
Maybe. Depends how busy I am. They need to pull that fucker back. Jesus Christ.
Command, it seems like the hostiles are fully interested in disabling us.
Alright, yeah, go ahead, keep your distance. Yeah, do not approach phase line Charlie until we have infantry attacking.
Confirm, all enemy fire.
Yeah, but I don't think we want to take that chance though, that one of them isn't going to be effective. Yeah, I'm not too concerned, although I am going to close the shields.
You recording today?
Yep.
Alright.
Nobody ever watches full op footages anyway. Why do you ask?
I do. Oh, it's my friend. You're doing all right there. He's down.
Moving into zone 3.
Yeah, so...
Anything you want to talk about, or you want to find? I respect both.
Yeah, I know. So... Hang on, I'm gonna get us into a position to cover against that.
Yeah,
so...
on the front side.
Although, Thunderchild, thanks for downing all these trees.
Hey, perfect, man, you're welcome.
So, I had a patient who on the 12th.
Oh, yeah.
Command, are you requesting fire?
Is that bad?
Thunderchild, can you get any fires onto the towers in the mosque? Anyway,
Which church tower? There's 2.
Mercy.
Unknown.
So if you just want to put some rounds in both of them there, Thunderchild. But the patient that came in, he was the spitting fucking image of my dad a couple years before he passed.
Oh. That's a weird one. Shift body 15 degrees right.
She's 15 degrees right, got it.
420 meters. I've seen a big group from the tree services. Yeah, that's kind of fucking terrifying.
And you know what it was too? I
Forward
realized
number 20.
What up?
Forward number 20.
I'm not taking us any further forwards. There's some 40 bike that isn't happy we're here. I'm taking BTR taking fire, falling back.
Yeah, on the ship. 40.5 down that road.
BTR's dropping back. Saber's dropping back. Took heavy 40 microwave fire. But you know what I realized yesterday?
What?
It was almost 10 years to the day. It was a month off since he died.
Oh man, that's a weird one.
Yeah, so you kind of get why I'm a little off right now. Why I'm really not.
Yeah, that's a big set.
I made so on the 12th. I'm not gonna be ashamed to admit it. I flat out cried myself to sleep. It's the first time I've done that since he died.
Okay.
Can anybody confirm if that 40 mic vehicle's down?
It is
40 mic down, we're currently dueling a T-80.
All right, I'm keeping my distance then. Still.
T-80's destroyed, T-80 destroyed.
Oh, was that not the 40?
Well, there was a 40, but there was also a T80 that popped up.
Oh! My goodness.
Yeah,
Any
so
luck in a
Counter missile moving north side. Continue engaging infantry.
copy that. Just notify when you break phase lines.
We are pulling up to phase line Charlie, but not past. Counterfeit is breaking phase line Charlie to the cruise side.
Hey, Mercy. You want us to make you a hole in there?
I think we did now.
Let's get it down.
You know what? Fucking do it.
got the cable ties, search them, detain them, and then we'll consolidate them into one location before we move on. You okay there, Thunderchild? You're popping smoke.
Hey, firm, I've got 1,000 charges on it. It's just,
Fair. Yeah, peek us down that road better. Broadside, though.
Command, do you want us to focus the right side of the village to cover you, or focus on the side?
If you want to focus on north side, keep their fire distracted. Saber's got our 792 pointed down road. Is Zone 3 clear?
Zone 3 is clear. Yeah. We just cleared out 7 as well. And an 8.
Oh, fuck.
Fires off. Going from. You wanna go pay the visit?
No, that fucked our engine up. We can't risk it to get that red in our engine now.
No, I think you wanna get out and level the fucking building where we'll rocket launch you.
Where was he? You know where he was?
Yep.
Alrighty. Bet. Judgment, this is Saber.
I read you.
Requesting CP on marker CP2.
CP2 coming up.
Be advised all call signs. Saber's had to dismount. We're currently neutralizing some fuckers that
Enemy
popped out.
BRDM in the street.
The roof access, do you know where it was in there?
Thunderchild is Oscar Mike.
Pepper, what floor was it? I can't hear you, guy. Alright, I'm gonna throw around to that roof access. Please don't tell me that was okay. Back blast! What? You have more advised, friendly's already on the ground in 6, and Tiger's ready.
I've notified my men.
Here's that disposable. I'm not a fan of disposable. Yeah, but I'm now the only comm link between us and command now. Yeah, I'll grab a spare. I forgot to pack one. I'm attempting to repair some of the periscopes now. I mean, it's not like we're doing anything else right now. You don't want to be in it anymore? Or you just want to see our BTR collection die?
Farther down those roads.
I do. Fair enough. Granted, although we do need to do some more recruiting so that a full command team isn't, the only team that reliably... Although it should be one of the teams that reliably shows up, it should not be the only one. What do you need, German? I think that's part of it, if I'm being honest. Well, the issue is that, like, the bureaucracy is necessary, and you're gonna have that in any group. Yeah, so one of the things that we're considering when we end the world, quote unquote,
Mercy, it seems like you're taking a lot of fire from that building
is,
up front. Do you want it removed?
And that would also include a sphere of access reset for them. So I would allow people that would be it. And they would start at 0. However, for those people that can only attend 1 op a week, I was talking with Woods because that's been our one thing against doing that is because of how long it takes those guys to actually get back up. In exchange for being active for a full month in a staff office, as judged by their head.
Are there friendly forces in the Sector 9?
Mercy, that's in your ballpark.
Are there friendly forces in the
So essentially, they would get an additional op every week. So they could earn up to 4 ops from actually being in the staff office and helping run the unit. And I did the math with that one. That puts them at 8 ops a month on average, which puts them at about 2.5 months till they get modern. Which honestly isn't that bad. Do you mind like stepping up your talking volume? Be quiet. Yeah, the problem is we're wearing noise canceling headsets. Get back in the VDR mode if you got intercoms. Alright, you read me?
Yep.
Mercy to confirm zone 7 is clear. Alright, so what were you saying, Pepper?
You got fucking hate.
What's up? Yeah. Just down a little bit. Jesus Christ.
Black hole.
So, the team schools I get, and I'm actually kind of wanting to axe them, other than quite honestly just having a couple of them, you know, more brief familiarization, essentially making them more like the...
The basic competency instead of a...
I'll make it an insertion thing, and I'll just make it like a 2-part, like essentially just a multi-thing. You know, whatever day you show up for, you get that cert. But anyway, the reason why for individual skill schools, especially when it comes to vehicles, concerning helicopter schools and whatever, those ones I'm incredibly unwilling to axe. As those schools are designed to prevent financial losses to the company. Essentially, we want to be able to prove basic competency with a helicopter before we put you behind the stick of a couple $100,000 helicopter. Yes, and I am planning on doing some reform with that.
Alright.
Because I don't want to axe them because they're my child. Although quite honestly, I would happily axe them in favor of spec op shit. I would actually I would be more than willing because the one thing that I've been working on pretty much since we started this was doing spec op stuff. And I've been working on spec op schools, and I think that people would be more receptive to that than the specialist.
What I'm saying for you? I reckon we can get an interview over it.
Yeah, moving. I feel bad for almost running for hitting shit from the BTR, but at the same time, we didn't launch.
Ran out. Fuck.
But yeah, no, like I think people would be more receptive to actual spec ops school. Now, granted, it would be incredibly rigid, and it would work essentially like normal Army Special Forces selection shit. But I think making that a more elite thing, rather than just yeah, I think that would be, and you know, essentially those like there will be high-paying spec ops shit. You know, like all of their ops are redacted are black ops at best. That was an RPG. That was called as an RPG.
That was full of RPG, then what did people call?
Mercy, are you positive that was RPG?
That was, no.
Alright, yeah, it was just called out. It was wrongly called. There was a BMP2.
Alright, push this wall up right. We can get a good angle on it and look at dead.
I'd rather just leave the tank do it. I'm content to hide and let the tank deal with it, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, no, Pepper, so the way that I'm envisioning a Spec Ops school working is you have your Spec Ops selection that everybody goes through. Shit, Pepper! Oh, is that friendly? That's friendly.
Yeah.
Alright.
I almost fucking blasted in the moment you opened that door.
Yep, so... Yep, so... You know how normal Spec Ops selection shit goes, right? Everybody piles in, and then they run them through, you know, incredibly high competency tests for everything. You know, marksmanship with all of the different types of weapons. So, like...
Sorry.
So you wouldn't just have to prove competency on M4s. You would need to prove competency on M4s, AKs, L1A1s, yeah. Grenades, smoke grenades, and then the only explosive that would be drilled into our guys' shit would be thermite and claymore mines. Because when it comes to spec ops, I can see claymores being a lot more useful because they're damn good force multiplier. You have a good vantage right now, Pokey. But, and then from there, everybody would be graded as to pass-fail. And by getting that, you would become... essentially, if you can't prove competency on all the weapons, and basic aid and shit like that, and basic movement. You know, if you continually fuck up at wound clearing, you get disposable. Shit! You're taking disposable fire, Pokey. Back down, back down, back down. Shift. If you want to shift, go left. Once they pass that, then they would be able to choose their specialization, so i.e. Special Forces Medic. And while you can be trained as any of them, you can be cross-trained, on any one team, you can only hold one job.
Yeah.
Your demo can't be a medic.
Would you be partaking in these missions?
I would want to do both. that's a conversation that we need to have with them.
Yeah.
Mercy, Saber's responding. We're gonna go ahead and take care of Pokey and shit. And with that one, it would be, the teams would only be for, like, say, that one little campaign. Effectively a side campaign.
Yeah. Hold. Reverse 10 meters. Oh, fucking hell. Give me a second.
Be advised, all call signs, we have confirmed enemy contact in Zone 13. Zone 13 is hot.
Thanks, Saber, there.
Good job. Did your track go in all? Yeah, that's honestly the goose got.
I'm trying to think of what I would want, because there would need to be Special Forces auto rifle, because that would fall under just general weapons competency, so it would probably be demolitions, medic, marksman,
Should be good now.
sniper. Sniper school itself is more of a, have more high elite school. There's really not more that I can add. Shit, Pepper, 110. Bearing 110 off the hull.
Yep.
Bearing the opposite side. They're on a roof off to our left at about 10 o'clock.
Sorry, dude. My compass said otherwise. 110.
Yeah, I can see where that. Alright, so that's fun. Alright, so
I can't see anything.
11. Alright, so try shift further left, gun left, rooftop.
Oh, that's good now.
Yeah, this was, I think, a periscope. Periscopic. It's either that or I just work a lot more of the heavier airborne shit without Special Forces.
Let's do a terrible thing dying doing it.
I honestly want to make airborne and airborne hits just part of basic qual. Because of how often we do them.
No, we should.
Mercy, are you guys taking fire from the south? Alright, we're gonna move to try to move to that bridge. Shit, Pepper! 1 o'clock, bunch of them!
Yeah, I can't get them.
They're fucking...
Now, yeah. Right,
One more target. One more target. 3 of them.
that one?
Yep.
That one is for us to go back up.
Oh, damn, he glitched. Yeah, game won't let me run him over. Alright, I've got him in there. Or the
sounds much better.
Yeah. I don't know though. I'm not hearing the incoming hardly. I'm thinking it might be direct fire. I don't know where from. So, and I'm trying to think if there's any skill schools I can shave off. I'm thinking I can get rid of engineer. But I don't want to get rid of demo for obvious reasons. Mainly because I don't trust a lot of idiots with a lot of explosives.
I'll get their hands on them either way, Chief.
I guess.
Most people just wouldn't want them because of the weight anyway.
Well, I guess I'll roll just into basic operator shit. I'll roll a lot of the more simple stuff like thermite and directional charges.
Command, yeah, that's definitely,
Alrighty. Anybody know how much of this area is clear on average, do you think, Mercy? Alright, I'm gonna have Saber. Are we fighting through Al-Safraya?
And your objective sounds like it comes from the northeast.
Yeah, I just heard the guns as well.
Sorry, you were to, once you have cleared that town, you were to move southeast across the terrain and cross the river. Your objective is not a distance, not a distance.
Heard. Heard. Alright, so how much of this city do you think, how much of this first objective do you think is clear there, Mercy?
Me and my guys are in zone 13, we cleared out,
Alright, because I don't want to keep lingering here with shells falling. That's asking for some bad shit to happen. Judgment, this is Saber. Do you have any infrared cams on the town?
Yeah, I've got extra pedals around. Looks like in that church on the western, or sorry, eastern half of the city, you might have some surrenderies.
Copy. What about the rest of the town?
Looking clear.
Copy. Alright, information from Judgment. We've got surrenderies potentially in Zone 15. Other than that, it's looking clear. Saber will move to detain at the mosque church deal. Mercy, you guys go ahead and have your guys rally up here. Then we'll wait to transpo. Zone 15, 1-5.
we taking prisoners?
Yeah. When I say we're taking prisoners, we're just kind of detaining them and then leaving them for the federales. Shit.
Loaded.
I know I can more than that.
I prefer direct.
Mercy, how are your guys fixed?
And we are breaching phase line able, or we are breaching phase line able.
Copy. Do you want to go ahead and just do a little bit of probing to our southeast to see what we're dealing with at the oil field?
Southeast, okay, we can go
Yep.
got it.
Yeah, just go as far as you deem necessary to get that shit. What? There are some supplies inside of the, is that all of them there, Nexius?
Any one of these questions?
Saber, this is Judgment.
No?
Go ahead.
That artillery was taken down by a rather ballsy federal pilot. He was shot down. He'll be somewhere near the oil field, but you won't have to worry about that artillery for a while.
Copy. Heard and understood. Will relay. Be advised, all call signs, that we have a friendly federal pilot down somewhere near Objective 2, Part 1. Somewhere near the oil fields. Looks like Zeus marked it on the map for us. He was taken down, but he was able to knock out that artillery in Al Safraya.
Пополни боеприпасы.
Command, tell us when you want us to spearhead the push. We can secure that bridge crossing and get over that pilot.
How is the water fordable for you right on Objective 2, Part 2?
Negative.
Alright.
We can just stay over here and provide support.
If you want to stay over there, provide support. Once we take Objective 2, Part 1,
then we'll maneuver.
then we'll maneuver. That way we can get some assert some friendly control on the other side.
Hey, firm.
No, I mean, I put it on dead body.
Oh, well, that's...
Alright, Woods, if you want to have your guys mount up for the trip.
Thank you very much.
Saber, this is Mercy. Read.
I read.
What do you want my ground team doing?
If you want to go ahead and mount up, we're going to go ahead and start proceeding towards Objective 2, Part 1. We will be fording while Thunderchild gives us a modicum of cover.
Roger that.
Hey, Pepper.
Yo.
While we're in transit, if you want to check on the lads. What?
Yo.
We're gonna have to lay hold up on account of a dumbass.
What'd he do?
Jumped off the fucking building.
Jumped off the tower.
Hmm.
60 miles. Kirby, you're on 60 miles.
Alright. Nexius. If you want to work on treating your guys while you're in the vehicle, there are meds in here to resupply from if you want to shore up your guys' health. Yeah. Yeah, because the tank can't clear that bridgehead. And attacking that bridgehead will be suicide, and we stand a better chance if we can cross it from two sides. Well, we will have supporting fire from the tank. Yeah, I wanted to say Sherman, but I know that wasn't right.
T-80's objective.
Oh Jesus! Are you in a good position to deal with that, Thunderchild?
He's maneuvering through the oil tanks everywhere.
Feasibility on doing it. Where's the location that's going to be best feasible for crossing?
We're gonna have to go up to the bridge south of the airfield.
That was 2 weeks ago, I think. Taking that bridge is going to be goddamn suicide, though. I feel.
Well, we can go for a thunder run, get ourselves a early there.
Yeah, the problem is at the river crossing there are T-80s. And this BTR, if you guys like death, I mean... The BTR may not be able to make the crossing, but the infantry might be able to make a swim for it and blow it up when they cross.
Someone wanna point me towards a
Mercy.
Yo, I wanna go for the smoke club.
You remember that op that we did a couple weeks back?
I remember.
We'll execute it like that.
Apparently we don't have to on this vehicle.
You don't have what?
We won't go on this vehicle.
No, but this is amphibious.
Yeah, I know. I forgot it's the other focus there, the smoke club.
Yeah, the issue is I don't want to have us cross. So, you remember a couple ops ago how we...
Don't we have your support we can call in?
Right. I will check, but that might have been our air support that got wasted on the artillery. We'll confirm. Judgment, this is Saber. Judgment, this is Saber.
I read you.
That pilot that got shot down, he wasn't our air support, was he?
Negative, you have two of those planes anyway, so...
T-80 destroyed, or sorry, T-80 disabled through mail.
Can we get some air support over Objective 2 Part 1 for targets of enemy tanks?
Can do. I'm across as long.
Your discretion. If you think it's feasible for your guys to do so, then do so. I will move the BTR up to cover. Be advised, we do have friendly air support coming in to help us out with this one.
Yeah, and let's wait for the chat support so that we can cross the BTR. Likewise, we'll take positions on the riverbank and engage any targets they find. Alright, get yourself set up on the riverbank.
Still broadcasting on TeamNet.
Maintain pairs.
Wrong Netwoods. I'm gonna turn off our engine to save fuel.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm thinking if I do it in NSAT's basic insertion school, where we just go over the basics of airborne shit. Combat diver. amphibious assault and helicopters, I think that would be more beneficial. Leave the more advanced shit to actual spec op shit. Because then we can do all of them in one night. Or 2 nights at the most. How do you feel about that one?
Cash should be on station in about 30 seconds. It's entering the AO soon.
Cass about to enter AO. Oh, Pepper?
Mm-hmm.
I threw some extra Bakelite mags in here
Lovely.
that I took off the surrenderies.
Still got like fucking 14 on me.
I know. I mean, I'm just saying.
I doubt we're gonna get through any mags now.
No. I mean, this happens to be where we're needed tonight.
Command, where are you crossing?
We are currently set up direct west of marker 10 at Northwest Objective Part 2. We are awaiting CAS support before we move in.
It just came in. Gas has cooked that destroyed tank.
Alright, do you want to cross on board the BTR woods, or do you want to swim for it?
Ceasefire. Fire.
Be advised, Thunderchild. Saber and Mercy are attempting the crossing. Wait till we get a toehold here, then we'll both move north. Heard. God bless the Soviets in making every single one of their goddamn APCs amphibious. Well, also just the Germans too, there, my guy. We have successfully made the crossing. I'm gonna take you guys a little further forward. I mean, in fairness, that was kind of the logic behind the M113 too. Looks clearish. I was gonna see if I could blitz you guys across, but okay. Friendly forces moving in on zone 1 there, Thunderchild. What's up, Woods?
He's taking a phone call.
I'm gonna move forward, scout on this side, see what we can see.
Our position looks fairly.
If you've got good eyes on it and it looks clear to you, go ahead and make the run.
Hey, perfect.
Thunderchild? Thunderchild, do you read? Pepper?
Yeah, what?
I'm gonna have us dip north. I think our tank got.
Thermal still Thunderchild, KAA,
Oh,
tank on.
Yeah, it was. I'm having Saber go up to see if we can save the survivors.
Alright. That's both of them, right?
Derek, he got killed as well. Alright. Can I have a new CP on marker POW in Zone 1?
Yep.
That's scucking fucks.
CP3's up. Thank you.
CP3's up.
What's the reason for this one here?
Mercy, I'll lump him in with you. Whatever your freak is there, Mercy.
333.
Pepper, do you have any smoke from your position?
Nope.
Does this thing have any smoke? Check to see if this thing has any smoke before I station. No, it does not. I was hoping to be able to provide some, support to our guys. There are lads in the compound off to our left.
Lovely. Yeah.
Another guy under the repair building. Straight ahead.
One on the right. Give me a second.
Mercy, hold before you breach next building. Contacts inside. There's one more.
Just a second. I couldn't hit it.
I like this position. Talk about covering. Go ahead and suppress upper level of that command building.
Got it, pushing forward and right.
Friendly.
There's something untrustworthy about that BTR. I wouldn't want to walk down an alleyway and see that, you know?
No, I don't think I would either. Alright. Are all the zones clear to the best of your knowledge there, Mercy? Alright, if you want to have your guys relink onto the BTR, we're going to push up and try to secure that pilot. Or do you think we should hit the second objective for the rest of it first?
That's up to you.
What's your opinion?
I think we had
Pilot priority for it. I mean, he's already changing compared to the second objective. However, depends on what we find out about it. The guy did whereas
Yeah, we'll go ahead after the pilot. I hear you there. Unfortunately, our only heavy anti-tank capability is in that, so there's really not much I can do.
Bella, you want to swap?
Or are you swapping guns with Pepper? Oh god, bail, bail, bail! BTR's hit, bailing. You okay, Pepper? I'm gonna attempt to pull the BTR back a bit. Attempting to patch the beast up. This is carrying too many supplies for us to let go. No, God, I didn't want to go in. No, God, no, God, no, God, no, God. any of you guys have eyes on know what hit our BTR? Pepper, do you know what hit us? Got it next. Oh, that's woods. What? What are you using?
Personally, I ran completely past my AK, which is in my backpack presently.
Do the 150 mags fit in that thing? Do you have a sidearm?
I do.
Alright.
That is also the last mag.
What do you rounds
No.
do you have a bayonet? Copy, do what you can. Judgment, can I get thermal scans on Objective 2 Part 2?
Objective 2 Part 2 is mostly clear. The pilot is under attack. Looks like a conscript squad is pushing up on him. You're going to need to move quickly.
Copy, I was just asking about Objective 2 Part 2, because it looks mostly abandoned. Alright, good copy.
2, regroup.
Mercy, be advised, that is a conscript squad pushing up on, the pilot.
My guys are inbound to try and rescue.
I'm not seeing any more bastards at Objective 2 Part 2. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I clicked repel, it looked like it was going into the animation, and then it just stopped. Where are you at, Pepper?
Yeah, get him loaded up into that BTR and put them back for medical treatment.
189-021, keypad free.
Copy.
On Millie's position, away from the truck.
You staying in the rear because all you've got left is your pistol?
I picked up one of their shitty guns, but I'm just walking.
Judgment, this is Saber. We have secured the pilot. Do you copy there, Judgment? Go ahead, have your guys fall back, we'll collapse back to objective 2, part 1. We're collapsing back to objective 2, part 1, we've secured the pilot.
Alright.
Hate to make you run all the way back, but...
trying to keep the pocket inside. Sample, can use the smoke generators on this thing just to get a breath.
There are no smoke gens on this.
Damn.
I already checked when you guys were pushing up on objective 2, part 1, to see if I could give you guys some cover.
Already 4 extra oil into the gas tank. Actually, we should probably try and recover our VCR.
Yeah, if you could just drop me off there.
I got a toolkit.
So do I. It's in the BTR.
Where if you want, I can help you.
Yeah, it's to the right.
Charlie, if you want, I can get something to help you with it.
If you wouldn't mind. Woods.
Got it.